everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. If this pauses abruptly, it's because I'm expecting a package and I have to run to the door, so keep an ear out for that. And let's get right to it, because today was a really exciting day on General Hospital, and I really can't wait till tomorrow. But let's get through today first. At Wyndemere, Elizabeth goes to tell Nikolas to tell him that something's wrong with Lucky, and that Lulu, even though she said everything's okay with Lucky, Elizabeth has her doubts because Lucky's missed the Skype calls, blah, 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 blah. And Nikolas and Elizabeth are kind of getting the realization that all the Spencers have been conspicuously absent lately when Nikolas realizes he hasn't heard from his mother in a while. And then Elizabeth tells Nikolas how Danny ran into Jason's arms at the park and how she feels bad for keeping his father away from him. And I'm like, haha, obviously don't feel so bad because you keep doing it. And Nikolas says Sam is as happy as she's ever been, and they rationalize the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I can't wait till they fall off their high horse. Just fall off of it. At Kelly's, Jake really thinks that Elizabeth is so innocent and she would accidentally tip Nikolas off about the whole investigation. And they're working on a plan to break into Wyndemere, which is the best news I've heard all day. And they're going to look into the safe, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe there is a file in there about Jason's ELQ stock. I could be wrong, but I think that's in there, so we'll see. Or at least all the things about Jason and the Cassadine, and there has to be something in there. There just has to be. And then by the end of the episode, Jake and Sam do indeed break into Wyndemere and start in on the safe. At the Quartermain, Sabrina stops over and wants to spend time with Tracy, but Tracy says she's leaving town, and she tells Sabrina she's not leaving because of Luke and Laura, but she's actually leaving to go to Los Angeles to talk to Brooklyn and see what Nikolas is holding over her head. And, you know, she hopes that Brooklyn doesn't mind everyone knowing her secret, but it's not exactly Brooklyn that's going to mind, if you know what I mean. And, okay, so also during the episode, Sabrina's kind of following Tracy around, like, giving her, like, the checklist to make sure she's bringing everything on her trip. And I was like, I need a Sabrina to follow me to make sure I'm bringing everything on my trip, because I forget stuff. I forgot my iPad to go to Wisconsin. Like, that's how bad I am. And by the end of the episode, Dillon does get back home, and Sabrina tells Dillon that Tracy left. At the hospital, it's Lucas and Brad. I miss them. They show up every few weeks, and then I miss them when they're gone. And Lucas asks Brad when he can get his parents into town so they can have a dinner, like meet the parents thing with all the parents. And Brad's stalling and says that his parents are busy. And then I get the feeling that something is seriously wrong for Brad. And then Lucas tells Patrick that Brad always shuts down whenever he tries to talk to Brad about his adoptive family. And then Brad and Felix have a run-in at the vending machine, and Brad was about to confide in Felix, but Lucas comes over. And Brad makes a cover story about how Felix is dating some celebrity, but Lucas knows that something's wrong. And apparently there has been a change in Hayden Barnes' condition. Oh my goodness, Hayden, we just need you to say a few words and then everything is good. At the airport, Lulu and Dillon talk about their adventure, and Dillon says how exciting it was to team up with Luke and Laura. And, you know, they're just killing time at the airport and just like, you know, kind of reminiscing over something that just happened like 10 minutes ago, but it's fun. And they run into Maxie and Nathan at the airport, and Dillon and Maxie talk a little bit about Georgie. And then Lulu tells Maxie and Nathan about everything that happened, and Nathan asks why Lulu trusted Dillon and not Dante. And it really wasn't like that, though. Dillon just kind of got pushed in the whole middle of this thing, not knowing, like, you know, she didn't tell him. He just happened to be there when she was told. So they tell him that the kidnappers would kill Lucky if Dante was involved. And Lulu talks about how guilty she feels, and then Dillon and Lulu leave. And Maxie and Nathan talk about stuff and talk about the crazy ideas that Maxie had about Dante and Lulu. And I'm like, not so crazy. You're going to be vindicated very, very soon. And then Tracy bumps into someone at the airport, but we don't know who. Judging by the promo, it might be Luke, but I'm not sure. Dante! So first of all, why can't this be one of the days where people just arrive home extremely fast from their destinations? Like, Dante can get from British Columbia back to his house in like 5 minutes, but Lulu, I guess, chilling at the airport, she misses out on like the big stuff at home. So Dante wakes up and immediately looks kind of horrified, and I'm like, good, you should be horrified, but doesn't last. And they talk a little bit about how Lulu threw away their marriage. And I'm like, no, Dante, you did, because you didn't bother to actually confront her face to face before diving off a cliff. Like, seriously. Okay, so okay, one second. Even if they might have been equally wrong, her for lying and him for kissing Valerie, I feel like at this point he is off the deep end in the wrong scale. Like, he is now the one totally absolute in the wrong. That's just how I feel. So Valerie apparently, she says she's not the type to get into bed with people, especially a married man. And I'm like, apparently, you are the type of person, because you did. Like, you did. You can't say you're not that type of person when you do that, you know. Whatever. It's like me saying I'm not the type of person to make videos and put them on the internet. Technically, I'm not the type of person, but I do it, so whatever. And Dante admits he's a cheater because he's still married. Like, he's still married. And they try to rationalize what they did, and she tells him that she cares about him, and then he says he cares about her too, and he gave into her stupid decision, blah blah blah. They kiss again, they decide it means something, there's feeling there, and then Dante's in the absolute wrong here. And then I'm just going to interject my opinion one more time. I feel like if this is true, and obviously it is because they say it is, that there's feelings between them and that meant something, then that means it was eventually going to happen whether Lulu lied to him or not. Like, this was just an excuse that it happened now. Like, it was eventually going to happen if there are feelings there, you know what I mean? And then Dante says how he still wants to be your friend and stuff. And I'm like, she can't be your friend anymore. You just cheated on your wife with her. And when you find out that you're the cheater and Lulu isn't, then you can't keep Valerie around as a friend. I'm just so angry. I'm so angry. You know what I mean? And then Dante tells Valerie that she can shower there so she doesn't have to go all the way to Wyndemere. How sweet. And then Lulu gets home. The shower's running. Lulu sees the bed unmade. And in the promo, Lulu and Dante are fighting. And I seriously can't wait until tomorrow. Like, I'm livid. I'm livid. Let me see. So, some of the comments yesterday, one second, let me read over them and I'll go right back. I think overall the general consensus was that Lulu didn't really have a choice in the matter, because even if she trusted Dante, it was really the fact that Dante was a cop, so she was in an impossible situation that, she could be risking her brother's life by telling Dante, even though in her heart she trusts him. It was external forces that kind of forced her to do what she did. But I can see it in the way that they might have both been equal at the beginning because she was lying to him. But again, impossible situation. I feel like it's all gray area, well, except for right now, because then it's not really as black and white as you want it to, as I would like it to be, but it really is just a total gray area. And Dante just makes me so mad because he's straight up just hurting Lulu now. I can't. It just makes me really angry right now. Like, no matter what Lulu could have done, like, this was not justified. And even if she was cheating on him, like, you don't go and cheat back. And especially because he didn't talk to her face to face before he did anything. Like, there was no agreement of separation. There was no agreement of let's see other people, or no, let's take a break. Let's Ross and Rachel the whole thing, but they were not on a break. But anyway, he should have talked to her first. He jumped to all the conclusions. He goes to British Columbia or wherever they were, Vancouver, I don't even know. But he goes there and then gets to the hotel room, sees stuff, but then doesn't bother to take the extra step of, going downstairs or upstairs or wherever she was and actually talk to her about it. Like, that's the part that's inexcusable to me. That, like, he really has no justification for anything he did because he never bothered to talk to her about it. He just jumped to all the conclusions, and even though he knew it didn't make sense and he knew, like, he couldn't understand why Lulu would throw their life away, he still just went there, and to me that's inexcusable. But hopefully they can make it through. But seeing that Dante now actually has legitimate feelings for Valerie, I don't know how I feel. I'm disappointed in him. I'm very disappointed in him. Because if anyone's going to sink Lante, it's going to be him, apparently. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I'm usually not that clunky. I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. And, well, I will be here. I'm just, hoping for the day that is kind of okay tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I can't wait. But yes, I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day, and that's all. Bye!